What's happening, good people? We are back with more revenge tales of the like as we go down this rabbit hole. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Now, in this story, we got a couple. They were engaged, and they had their plans set out and everything like that for when they wanted to get married. However, for some reason or another, they didn't disclose. Don't know whether it was infidelity or what have you. But the fiance, the chick, she ended up calling it off. She ended up just calls off the wedding, right? She wants to call the wedding. She don't want to marry a guy no more. So, dude, obviously heartbroken, hurting, this, that, and the third, right? And so, he's sulking in his feelings. Then, and then a few months later, whatever, the girl, she moved on with her life. Her grandparents got ill. And, one of them passed, and then shortly after, the other one passed too. So, it left her family with their grandparents' house, right? And the children who were direct, who would receive the house, they didn't know what to do, whether to, keep it, sell it, fix it up, whatever. So what ended up happening is they ended up letting the house go. Here's where the petty comes in. The ex-fiance, the guy, he buys the grandparents' house. He buys the house. He buys his ex-girlfriend's grandparents' house that they had to sell. He buys the house. He buys the house, fixes it up and everything. And the people, her parents and the ex-girl, she didn't know, who bought the house. It wasn't until like 8 or 9 years later when it came out. This story's old. It went 8 or 9 years later, it came out that he bought the house when they saw him there. They saw the man at the grandparents' house. And they were like, the ex-fiance, she was like, what are you doing here? Dude was like, this is my house. I had it for years now. I was like, you mean to tell me you bought my grandparents' house knowing that that was her dream house, right? So he bought it, fixed it up the way he wanted it, kept it from his ex-girlfriend, the ex-fiance. By the time, they broke up, so I got enough to tell you. He had enough to really tell her. But he bought her grandparents' house because she broke up with him. Kept it, fixed it up and everything. He had the house looking decked out. And all she could do was be upset because he had got married, had him a family and everything. He had his wife, his couple kids. And she came there. The girlfriend, ex-fiance, she got married too. But the fact that he had bought her grandparents' house just to prove a point. Yo, that's some next level stuff right there, man. Buy your grandparents' house, and then knowing that she got members in the house, but she can't get it. Oh, and she can't go in the house because now it's trespassing. Ain't her house. It ain't her family no more. Oh, that's a different level of petty.